I went to Dragon Con. Now, before we talk about my experience, let's set the scene. Dragon Con describes itself as the largest multimedia pop culture convention focusing on science fiction, fantasy, gaming, comics, literature, art, music, and film in the universe, and the best place to celebrate all those things with fellow fans on Labor Day weekend. Now, the first Dragon Con was launched in 1987 as a part of a local science fiction and gaming group, the Dragon Alliance of Gamers and Role Players. Now, that first Dragon Con was held in one hotel and about 1,400 people showed up. And as of recording this video, we don't have the numbers for this year. Last year, there were 42,000 people there, held across 6 hotels. And at its peak in 2019, there were 85,000 people there. Now, for reasons we all lived through in 2020, there wasn't a convention. But ever since 2021, they've been back. So this was actually my 3rd year at Dragon Con, so I was a bit more familiar with the setup and how the 5-day convention would be ran. Now, when most people think about Dragon Con, they either mention the cosplay or the parade. And for good reason. I mean, nerds from all stripes, from weebs to Trekkie, come and debut the cosplays that might have been working on all year. And tens of thousands of people in cosplay during Labor Day weekend in downtown Atlanta is bound to turn some heads. I wanted to understand why people come from all over the nation to participate in Dragon Con. I mean, they don't have to come to Atlanta to cosplay, and there are plenty of other cons with panels and engaging events. So why Dragon Con? So I set out to ask people these very questions. I found people who made lifelong friends here, people who wanted to share this event with their children, or people who just wanted to dress up and counterintuitively feel normal in the cosplay. So here are some of our favorite interviews to really show why people come back each and every year, and some pretty cool B-roll. We actually ran into you last year.
Yes.
So for the people who didn't watch last year's video, which shame on you, right. Link down below. Can you just give us a brief introduction to who you are and what you're cosplaying as?
Okay, so my name is Christina. This is an original creation. I reached out to the Dragon Con family because that's what we are. We're family, and we help each other out. So I reached out to the Dragon Con family, told them I had this crazy idea. I wanted to make a costume out of the 2020 Dragon Con face mask. Ask if anybody had any to offer up for the crazy idea I had, and I had about a dozen people send me face masks. And I didn't know what it was going to look like when I started, but this is what I wound up with.
First, let's talk about the cosplay.
Okay.
So this is, if I understand, this is an original cosplay.
Yes, this is an original character. This is my D&D character. Me and my friends play D&D every week.
So since you didn't buy this from Amazon, you had to you had to make this. Can you tell me how long it took to put together?
Oh my gosh, so probably 2 months prior to con, it started with my brother and my roommates wrapping me up in shrink wrap and then duct taping it and cutting me out, and we made the pattern for my breastplate, and then the shoulders, and then the plate skirt and the boots. So yeah,
it was a community event. Everyone got involved.
Everybody in the house worked together as a team.
That's great.
You know, Atlanta is a great city. It's a big city. It's a diverse city. And I think it's really important, especially for me, to make sure that, you know, all kinds of nerds and blurs and geeks, you know, get to, you know, see that, like, you know, Dragon Con's for everybody. So I think the representation there is very important. And, you know, it's just like it's 5 days to be whoever you want, and I think you should just seize those moments as much as possible. So
I think if Dragon Con doesn't already have that slogan, just 5 days to be whoever you want, is amazing. That's so true.
I think the most beautiful thing about Dragon Con for me is that it allows us all to just sort of let our inner child out in whatever way we want to express that.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of us, because we have so much stress in this world, we really need to work on our inner child stuff.
Yes. Yes.